Advanced Innovation Group, LA 9001. Through this video, we shall attempt to explain the auditable component of the ISO 9001 Clause 4.3. Clause 4. Context of the organization. 4.3. Determining the scope of the quality management system. The organization shall determine the boundaries and applicability of the quality management system to establish its scope. When determining this scope, the organization shall consider A. The external and internal issues referred to in 4.1. B. The requirements of relevant interested parties referred to in 4.2. C. The products and services of the organization. The organization shall apply all the requirements of this international standard if they are applicable within the determined scope of its quality management system. The scope of the organization's quality management system shall be available and be maintained as documented information. The scope shall state the types of products and services covered and provide justification for any requirement of this international standard that the organization determines is not applicable to the scope of its quality management system. Conformity to this international standard may only be claimed if the requirements determined as not being applicable do not affect the organization's ability or responsibility to ensure the conformity of its products and services and the enhancement of customer satisfaction. To audit, ISO 9001-2015, Clause 4.3. Objective: to ensure the organization has 1. Define the boundaries and applicability of the QMS. 2. Considered internal-external issues, interested parties, and product services in defining the scope. 3. Documented the scope. 4. Justified any exclusions from the ISO 9001 requirements. Audit questions. 1. Scope determination. What is the defined scope of your QMS? How was this scope determined? Who was involved in defining the scope? Audit questions. 2. Considerations. How did you consider? 1. Internal and external issues. Clause 4.1. 2. Interested parties and their requirements. Clause 4.2. 3. Your products and services. Audit questions. 3. Applicability and exclusions. Have you excluded any ISO 9001 requirements? 1. If yes, which ones and why? 2. Do these exclusions affect your ability to meet customer or regulatory requirements? Audit questions. 4. Documentation. Where is the scope documented? Is the scope communicated and understood within the organization? Is it available for auditors, customers, regulators? Objective evidence to look for: a documented statement of scope, usually in the Quality Manual or QMS documentation. References to 1. Clause 4.1, Issues 2. Clause 4.2, Interested Parties 3. Organizational products and services. Justification for any exclusions from ISO 9001 requirements. Management review or strategic planning records discussing scope. Common nonconformities. Number nonconformity. Example: 1. Scope not documented. No formal documentation of QMS scope. 2. Scope does not reflect products and services actually offered. Scope says manufacturing only, but company also offers design services. 3. No consideration of 4.1 or 4.2 during scope determination. No linkage between scope and context interested parties. 4. Exclusions not justified or unjustified exclusions affect conformity. Excluding design when design is part of the business? Absolutely. Here's a QMS scope statement template that you can customize based on your organization's operations. It's structured to meet all the requirements of Clause 4.3 of ISO 9001-2015, including the consideration of internal-external issues, interested parties, products, services, and exclusions, if any. QMS Scope Statement Template. Document title: QMS Scope Statement. Document number: your doc number version, version no. Effective date: date prepared by, name position, approved by, management representative. 1. Scope of the quality management system. The quality management system, QMS of organization name, covers the following: products and services. Clearly state the types of products and services the organization provides. For example, the manufacturing and supply of plastic packaging products for the food and beverage industry. 2. Context consideration. In determining the scope, the organization has taken into account. In determining the scope, the organization has taken into account internal issues. Briefly mention key internal factors relevant to the QMS, such as organizational structure, competencies, and process capabilities. External issues. Mention key external factors like customer expectations, legal, regulatory environment, market trends, etc. Interested parties and their requirements. Identify major interested parties such as customers, regulators, employees, and suppliers, and highlight how their relevant requirements were considered. 3. Applicability and exclusions. The organization applies all requirements of ISO 9001:2015 that are applicable to its QMS. However, the following requirements are deemed not applicable. Clause was e.g. 8.3 Design and Development. Justification, e.g. the organization does not perform design and development activities. It manufactures products based on customer-provided specifications. Note: exclusions are only permitted if they do not affect the organization's ability or responsibility to ensure conformity of products, services, and customer satisfaction.